what we're going to do is we're going to start off with shallot. So the idea is keep the root on the end of the shallot, all right? Slice it through that way, and it's holding together. And then when you slice it through and under, when you slice it through, it becomes diced, all right? So we've got a little bit of shallot. Hot pan on the stove. Butter goes in the pan. We add the shallot. And this roughly is start of a base for our risotto. Now at the same time now, you can sweat this down a little bit. We're going to add our rice. Now it's important to use the right rice. This is Carolina rice or Arboria rice. There's 3 different types of risotto rice, but either one of the 3 will be fine. But you must make sure you use risotto rice. You cannot make this with long grain rice, basmati rice, pudding rice. It has to be Arboria rice.
Why, James?
Purely the fact that the texture of the rice, it's actually like it actually soaks in the liquid. Basmati rice doesn't soak in as good as this stuff. So roughly 25 grams of rice per portion-ish. There you go.
And really holds up to cooking too.
That's the key to it, yeah. That's the key to it. There you go. Right, now you can use fish or chicken stock for this, okay? We use chicken stock in the restaurant. Now, although this has got fish in it, you still use chicken stock, okay? Very, very rarely would you use fish stock.
Why?
Purely of flavour.
More mild?
It's more subtle.
Neutral.
Well, fish stock is very, very strong.
Yes.
And you only, and chefs will use, we use half and half. So we'll actually use half chicken stock, half fish stock. But the idea is you bring this to the boil and we gently simmer this. This will take between 12 and 13 minutes to cook. Now, at the same time, what you can do is then make a little puree, which I've got here, or rather Chris has made a little bit of puree. This stuff. This is a butternut squash puree, or we use pumpkin puree in the restaurant. So this, you can make, all you do is you peel the pumpkin, peel the butternut squash, tin foil over, roast it in the oven. Takes about 30 minutes, something like that. Take it out, blitz it. A little bit of diced butternut squash, which we can add to it as well. So we can add this now. So a little bit more stock. You can see it's actually starting to absorb in here. That's cooking away nicely. I'm going to turn that down a bit, actually. Now, this risotto, by the way, in a restaurant, what we can do is take this off now and leave it. Now, we can add our puree to this, all right? So remember, this is just the pureed. Yes. So all that starts to come together now. At the same time, we can then... So this is a bit of stock, all right? So this is the same way as we warmed up our risotto, the lobster for yesterday.
Yes, yes.
So we get butter. Quite a bit.
A couple of handfuls.
Yeah. So you can see this mixture now. It actually starts to, look at the colour of it.
Gorgeous.
It's almost changed straight away. And the texture's changed again. So what we do now is we just take our lobster, all right, put it into our stock and our butter.
Which is already pre-cooked.
Pre-cooked, yeah. Yeah. Pop that in there, and we just leave that. Take it off the heat. So once the stock's heated up, we just leave it, okay? And then finish off our risotto, which is starting to come together now. We can then add a bit of the old chopped parsley. So just chopped. We can add that to it. As you add Parmesan cheese, it's going to thicken up. So to counteract that balance, so you add the mascarpone cheese to this.
Could I use cream cheese instead of mascarpone? No, absolutely not.
You can put butter in there if you want to,
okay.
but
not cream cheese.
Not cream cheese. Salt. Black pepper. To just bring it alive, touch of lime juice.
It brightens it up.
Tiny bit. And I did that with the crab risotto yesterday. Tiny bit. So a little bit of lobster. You can put crab in this, shrimp, or whatever you want.
If you were one of the lucky people there last night, it was amazing. It was really good.
But it's so that's the idea. It just starts to fall. That's the key to this. So you've got a nice little risotto there, and then we can grab our lobster meat. And I actually put this stuff on. This is Frizze. I don't know what you call this over here.
Yeah, Frizze.
Frizze?
Yeah. It's a little bitter.
Yeah, it is bitter, but it
complements.
Yeah, and salad on stuff. But you can put a little bit of olive oil around the edge. Nice. Get a little bit of that.